Hello, brothers and sisters. Hey, thanks for joining. I found an article today in Sky News that was right up my alley. I don't know if anyone else has seen this. At first, I thought it might be fake AI, but no, it appears to be real. So let's see what this says. So this is from today, Tuesday, the 9th of September. New Banksy artwork to be removed from Royal Courts of Justice after report of criminal damage. I bet. A judge in a wig and a gown appears to use a gavel to beat a protester who is lying on the ground holding a blood spattered placard. Police have confirmed it was reported to them as criminal damage. Wow. So I'll let you guys look at that. So I don't know if this is getting much play in the UK. Let me know if this is something you guys are seeing. But I think this is very topical with, especially with Lucy Conley's release. This definitely vibes with me. Wow. So it'll be interesting to see what this article says because the councils and such are really seem really quick when they want to take down the St. George's flag or paint the roundabouts. And normally Banksy is okay. People like his stuff. I guess somebody didn't like this one. So tell me what you think. Should it have been left? I don't know. So let's read this. But yeah, you can't just go around painting things on other people's property. I get that. And I don't know what the legalities are around this in the UK, but I'm sure this thing didn't stay up long. All right, so let's read this story. A new Banksy artwork that has sprung up at the Royal Courts of Justice will be removed. His Majesty's Courts and Tribunals has said, with police confirming it's been reported to them as criminal damage. The latest piece shows a judge in a wig and a gown appear to use a gavel, a small hammer used by auctioneers rather than judges in the UK, to beat a protester who is lying on the ground and holding a blood-spattered placard. I think people use gavels in the US. The work was first seen on Monday on an external wall of the Queen's Building, part of the Royal Courts of Justice complex. It has since been concealed by large sheets of black plastic and two metal barriers. Yeah, see, check it out. They've put up a barrier in front of it and police are actually guarding it. So, wow, this is a great example of more free speech UK style. Though technically this probably is actually a crime and might even be a crime in the US because you can't just go painting other people's property. Oh, but this is awesome. That looks like a fairly senior police officer too. He's got a bunch of things on his shoulder board. Met Police said it's been reported to them as a criminal charge. They said on Monday, 8 September, officers received a report of criminal damage to the side of the Royal Courts of Justice. Inquiries continue. The elusive artist confirmed he was responsible for the work with an Instagram post showing graffiti. It was covered over. Oh, this is dangerous for him. If this is a real criminal offense, we might all find out who Banksy is. Banksy, whose identity is a source of constant speculation, captioned the pictures. Royal Courts of Justice in London. His Majesty's Courts Tribunal spokesman said it will be removed in accordance with rules about listed buildings. Okay, so it's a listed building. You're not allowed to just go paint things on listed buildings, so I get it. They said the Royal Courts of Justice is a listed building and HMCTS are obliged to maintain its original character. The artwork is being guarded by security officials outside the building and is under a CCTV camera. His stenciled graffiti is often a comment on political issues, and many of his pieces are critical of government policy, war, and capitalism. The latest artwork comes after almost 900 demonstrators were arrested for protesting in central London on Saturday against the banning of Palestinian Action as a terror group. Yeah, I personally think the British government went a little too far on that one. I don't think Palestinian Action is a terror group. I know they got a little crazy and painted some RAF planes. So the Ministry of Defense. I've never seen anyone try something similar in America. Because in America, if you get close to the flight line, they will shoot you. It is a thing. I grew up around American Air Force bases. They will shoot you. I knew better than to go near the flight line or weapons storage when I was a child. They had big signs up around those kind of areas that said, don't do that. I did climb the fence near the residential areas. Nobody cared about that. But, when it was too far to walk to the gate. But that was a different time. But yeah, so Palestinian Action, I don't think they should have been declared a terrorist organization for what they did. And then, yeah, with the anti-terror laws, if you now give them any support, you get arrested. So we have seen some shocking arrests of pensioners, just voicing their opinion. Somebody's gone just saying they like Palestinian Action, or some old veterans with all their medals in wheelchairs. So it's just shocking. So they really do need to take Palestinian Action off of the terrorist list. Several other people have previously been charged with allegedly expressing support for the group, which was prosecuted under anti-terror laws by the then Home Secretary Yvette Cooper earlier this year. Yeah, I think she just got sacked, and there's a new one. It makes membership of or support for direct action group a criminal offense punishable up to 14 years in prison, while even wearing a t-shirt or badge with the group's name on it could attract a maximum of 6 months. The ban came shortly after 2 Voyager aircraft suffered about $7 million worth of damage at RAF Breeze Norton in Oxfordshire on 20 June. $7 million for paint? They must have done more than paint. It doesn't cost $7 million to repaint an aircraft. Or two. Defense Secretary John Healey told Sky's Sunday Morning with Trevor Phillips that he expects newly appointed Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood to be just as tough as her predecessor, Ms. Cooper, on Palestine Action. He said, I expect her to defend the decision the government has taken to prescribe Palestine Action because of what some of its members are responsible for and we're planning for. No, see, I think what you do is you find the perpetrators and you put them in jail or whatever, find them for criminal trespass onto a military installation and maybe more, and damaging military property, some sort of vandalism and damage, and whatever the law says. But I think being a terrorist is a little much, because I'm sure they know who all these people are. The military must have identified the actual perpetrators. If they didn't, then shame on the RAF. Responding to Banksy's work, a spokesperson for campaign group Defend Our Juries, which was behind Saturday's rally, said it powerfully depicts the brutality unleashed by Yvette Cooper on protesters by prescribing Palestine Action. They said, when the law is used as a tool to crush civil liberties, it does not extinguish dissent, it strengthens it. As Banksy's artwork shows, the state can try to strip away our civil liberties, but we are too many in number, and our resolve to stand against injustice cannot be beaten. Our movement against the ban is unstoppable and growing every day. Other notable works by Banksy include an animal-themed collection in the Capitol last summer, which concluded with a gorilla appearing to lift up a shutter on the entrance to London Zoo. There have also been piranhas swimming in a police sentry box in the city of London, turning the box into what looked like a giant fish tank, and a howling wolf on a satellite dish. That latter piece was taken off the roof of a shop in Peckham, South London, less than an hour after it was unveiled. All right, so good story. Yeah, so what do I think? Britain, there is no free speech in Britain. It's out of hand. I'm not going to comment directly on the Palestinian situation. It's terrible, and that's not what this video is about. I do get that they have the right to take this off the wall, and they should, but I like it. It brings forth that the British government is being too heavy-handed on protesters. And again, I'm not going to speak about Palestinian Action and if their cause is just or not. That's immaterial for this. But I do support what I believe is their right to peacefully protest. If they don't like some action by the government, as long as they're peaceful about it, they should have the right to protest. And they do have that in the U.S. Now, damaging aircraft? No, they don't have a right to do that. That's not peaceful protest. Those folks should all go to jail or be fined or whatever. If you're just walking in a public space and you're not causing trouble by tearing up stuff, you're not harassing people and assaulting people, those are all crimes. And you're just voicing your opposition to a government policy. In this case, it's classifying Palestine Action as a terrorist group. I think that's quite right. So I think the government is messing up here. Par for the course. The British government doesn't care about people's civil liberties anymore. Okay, so tell me if I'm wrong about that. Guys, this is how people like Nigel Farage are going to get in. And I've always said this. If you don't give people the right to peacefully protest, if you don't give them the right to address their grievances in the public square through the political process, they will turn to violence. This is how the American Revolutionary War started. The colonists in America didn't like the stamp tax and the tea taxes, so they complained. They were told they had no say in the matter. And so what did they do? They threw all the tea in the harbor. Then the government tried to take away everyone's guns. And then the next thing you knew, we had a revolutionary war and we had America. So this is the road they're on. If they keep being this heavy-handed, it will either lead to violence, unfortunately, or someone like Trump will get in, or even worse than Trump, and he's really going to come down hard. You need to get your act together, UK, before something bad happens. All right, that's what I think. I love the art. It's great. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did I get this right? Did I get this wrong? Is it okay to ban Palestine action? Am I just wrong? Are they terrorists? Is it okay to draw this mural on a publicly listed building? I'd like to hear it. Tell me in the comments. Hey, if you like this, like and subscribe. If you don't watch me. Thanks. Bye.